What's up, everyone? We're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now, I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 18 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 18 picks right like me, win more bets, or receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $7,986 just yesterday. Another member who won $75 for the 7th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily upload. All right, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is Shaedon Sharpe, and this one is a combo one for actually points and assists combined for 15.5, and this one actually is for less. Now, when we look at Shaedon Sharpe, we've actually seen him go in the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, there is only one game for today, but when it comes to this matchup against OKC, what we do see is that Oklahoma City Thunder do actually rank when it comes to points allowed first, and then on top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we also see that Oklahoma City Thunder do rank 3rd. So they rank very high in both categories, and that is a big reason why we do very much like, you know, the under for this situation here. But when we look at someone like Shaedon Sharpe, he doesn't have that high of a usage rate in both of these departments. He's consistently gone on the under over the last 5 games, and on top of that, when we look at his average over the last 5, it's also 15.2. So when we look at Shaedon Sharpe, not only do we see that he has gone on the under, you know, on occasion or most of the time, but on top of that, when we also look at this matchup between Oklahoma City Thunder and Portland Trailblazers, what we also do see is that OKC tend to do a really good job against guards, and since Shaedon Sharpe is a guard, we definitely see him struggling in this matchup. So for someone of his caliber who doesn't have the highest usage rate in both of these departments, we definitely see him going on the under here. So for that reason, Shaedon Sharpe for points and assists for 15.5 for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Aaron Wiggins. So, like I mentioned before, Aaron Wiggins, another fantastic player, and this one is for 3 points made for 1.5, and this one actually is for less. Now, when we look at Aaron Wiggins, we've actually seen him going the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Portland Trailblazers. So, like I mentioned before, there is only one game, but when we look at the Portland Trailblazers, what we do see is that they do rank 14th when it comes to 3 points made allowed, and then on top of that, moving on into 3-point attempts allowed, they do actually rank 6th. So they rank very mid to high tier in both of those categories, and that is a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. When we look at someone like Aaron Wiggins, not only is he, you know, a decent player, but he doesn't have that high of a usage rate in the 3-point department. There are a lot of other players in this Oklahoma City team that do have a little bit more usage rate than him, and that's a big reason why we do very much like the under for this one. When we also look at Aaron Wiggins, what we also do see is that over the last 5 games, he has only averaged 0.80, so not even 1 3-point just yet. You know, on occasion or on most of the times, we've actually seen him just get 0, you know, when it comes to 3 points against Dallas, Brooklyn, and Cleveland. He did actually achieve that. So for that reason, we definitely don't see Aaron Wiggins' team to have that high of a usage rate in this department, and that's why we see someone like Aaron Wiggins going on the under in this situation here. When we look at Wiggins as well in this matchup against Portland, not only do Portland rank really high when it comes to 3-point attempts allowed and also 3-point mades allowed, but on top of that, they do a great job, especially at restricting 3 points to the guard position. So we definitely see that being a big factor coming into this game. So when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So all signs point towards the under for this one. So Aaron Wiggins, 1.5, 3 points made for less, I think is a great pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Donovan Clingan. So, when we look at Donovan Clingan, another fantastic player, and this one is a great one for points and assists. So, another combo one for points and assists, and this one actually is for 8.5 and for less. Now, like I mentioned before, there is only one game, but when we look at Donovan Clingan, what we actually do see is that he does face off against OKC, and we've seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, like I mentioned before, they do face off against Oklahoma City Thunder. And when we look at OKC, what we also do see is Oklahoma City Thunder do rank first when it comes to points allowed, like we mentioned, and then assists allowed, they do rank third. So, similar to Shaedon Sharpe, we definitely see someone like Donovan Clingan going on the under in this situation here. We definitely see the factor of Donovan not only just being, that not having that high of a usage rate from this team, but on top of that, OKC having such great defensive pressure, not only in points and assists category, but also do a really good job at restricting points and assists to the center position as well. So we definitely see that being a big case coming into this game. When we look at Donovan Clingan over the last 5 games as well, his average over the last 5 is only 8, so slightly below this line, which is what we like to see. And on top of that, when we also look at this matchup between these two, we also do see that Donovan Clingan, not only just doesn't have that high of a usage rate, but we are expecting other players in this Portland team to take a lot more of that usage rate from him, especially in a big game against this Oklahoma City Thunder team. So, we definitely see OKC doing a great job at restricting him, especially since he is the center position. When we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well, so it works out in our favor there. So Donovan Clingan for 8.5 points and assists for less, I think is a great pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Alex Caruso. So as you all know, Alex Caruso, great player, and he's been averaging 5.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, while also shooting 39.2% from the field. So he's done a great job for Oklahoma City Thunder, and when it comes to Oklahoma City Thunder, like we mentioned before, they do face off against none other than the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, Portland Trail Blazers do rank 23rd when it comes to points allowed. Moving on into assists allowed, we see that Portland Trail Blazers do actually rank 20th, and then rebounds allowed, we also do see that the Trail Blazers rank, pretty low, as they also rank 24th. So they rank pretty low in all 3 categories. However, when it comes to Alex Caruso, we definitely do see him going on the over in this one. Although Caruso doesn't have the highest usage rate in all 3 departments, we definitely see him being able to go on the over, especially against Portland, as Portland really do struggle against Caruso's position. Now, on top of that, Caruso has come off some pretty great games. Yes, it may not be NBA superstar type stats, but he has been able to beat his averages consistently over the last 5 and do a great job at that. So, over the last 5 games, he's actually always gone over 5.8. Most recent game had 8 points. Game before that had 7 points, 2 6-point games, and another 10-point game. So he's done a great job in the points category. Same with rebounds, same with assists. So although his line that may come out may not be very high, we still see someone like Alex Caruso being able to go over in this situation here. So keep an eye out for Caruso coming into this matchup. Like I always mentioned, keep an eye out for the line. If it is under his averages, then definitely look to go in the over. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Toumani Camara. So, Toumani Camara, as we all know, great player for Portland Trail Blazers, and he's been averaging 9.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2 assists, while also shooting 42.9% from the field. So, he's done a fantastic job for the Portland Trail Blazers, and when it comes to the matchup against Oklahoma City Thunder, who are currently 36-8 when it comes to their win record, OKC do rank first in points allowed, third in assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed. We also see Oklahoma City Thunder ranked 28th. Now, when it comes to Toumani Camara, we actually do like the over for this situation, however, focusing strictly on rebounds. I think points and assists are a little bit 50-50, as OKC do a pretty good job against Camara's position. I think where we see a lot of value is actually in the rebounding category, because OKC not only rank very low in rebounds, ranking 28th, but they also do a very poor job at actually restricting rebounds to the forward position. So for that reason, we do very much like the over for for this situation specifically and strictly for the rebounding category. I definitely would keep an eye out for that. We've actually seen Kamara over the last 5 games do a great job when it comes to the rebounding side of things, and we definitely see that continuing on into this next matchup. So definitely keep an eye out for Toumani Kamara. I see a lot of value there to go on the over, but like always mentioned, keep an eye out for the line first. If it is under his averages, definitely look to go on the over, but like I mentioned, focus in on rebounds for someone like Kamara. Again, to the next player, we're going to be talking about Jalen Williams from OKC, who's been averaging 21 points, 5.6 rebounds, 5.2 assists, while also shooting 47.8% from the field. So he's done a great job for Oklahoma City Thunder, and when it comes to OKC, they do actually have themselves a matchup against Portland, which you mentioned earlier. Now Portland, just to go through it real quickly, 23rd in points allowed, on top of that 20th in assists allowed, and then 24th in rebounds. Now they rank very, very low. Jalen Williams, we definitely see him going on the over here. Jalen Williams has such a great usage rate in all 3 departments. On top of that, the fact that Trailblazers do rank very poorly with a current record of 17-28, we definitely see Jalen Williams being able to go over in this situation here, especially with this matchup. So when we look further, also Jalen Williams not only has a high usage rate, but it is a forward. And on top of that, when it comes to actually Jalen Williams, since he is a forward, Portland do a very poor job, especially against his position. So we definitely see him taking advantage of this.